Hello, this is Liliana, and you're listening to Inside the Nest, right here on Bright Radio.
Hey, my name's William Kim, and welcome to the Dugout. We have a special guest on our show, Darian Fuller.
It's good.
He's a senior at Spencerville Adventist Academy, and he's here to help me talk about, some of the hottest storylines in NFL right now, coming into Week 12. Week 12 how was Week 12, Darian? Was it good? Was it awesome?
It was boss. Totally boss.
Yeah, it was totally boss. I agree. There were some amazing games. And
Dolphins.
So should we start off with the Dolphins?
For the first time ever, they're actually doing well. I'm actually really proud.
The Dolphins, they're doing amazing right now. They have won, is it 7 straight?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going on 7, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going on 7, and right now, if New England loses like 2 straight or 1, and Miami keeps on winning, and they keep on winning right now. They got a great quarterback right now, and Ryan Tannehill and Jarvis Landry and Jay Ajayi. Man, that dude is a good running back, isn't he?
Yes.
Your defense is doing really well too.
We're coming back.
Yeah, they're coming back. They're coming back. So don't count out the Miami Dolphins. Now, who else should we talk about?
Packers.
All right, let's talk about the Packers. My favorite team, Packers. I think if you have seen Aaron Rodgers since Week 7 of the season, he has posted number 1 rankings in both completion percentage, in touchdowns, and passing yards. So I think that I don't want to jinx anything, but I think it's clear to say A-Rod is back, folks. I think he's back.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Let's hope so. His defense, I really don't think it was the offense, because the offense kept moving the ball. They kept scoring points. I mean, they scored 26 points or like that in every single game. The defense just was awful, giving up 30 points plus in each of the last 4 games. And against the Eagles, they really stepped it up. And the Eagles are a good team. Don't count them out yet either, because they're 5-6 right now. But if they win out the next 5 games, then they could possibly hold a wild card spot. That first and second wild card spot is going to be fought for like crazy right now. The Redskins hold the second one right now, and Dallas is probably going to still be the number 1 seed. I mean, Dallas, they played a great game Thanksgiving.
They just like that.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy game.
It was just it was like they whooped them.
It was a battle of the quarterbacks. And if you love a good game of quarterback playing.
Yeah, that was the game.
That was the game. Kirk Cousins, I'm so glad I started in my fantasy league. By the way, if he's still on waivers, you better pick him up, because he is destroying everyone right now. That Dallas defense looked really vulnerable, didn't they?
Yeah, just slightly, just a little bit. Because when I was watching the game, I was like, they could be a little bit more together. They could be tighter, I guess.
Yeah, they could. That's one thing. They don't seem like they have the right chemistry like the Seahawks defense or another like the Broncos defense. Those elite defenses have some kind of chemistry that just holds them all together. And that's one thing Dallas lacks. In their power football offense, the offense is doing fine. The offense is doing fantastic. If they get their defense straight, they could actually be poised for a long and deep playoff run.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they're going to get the first round bye. They're 10-1 right now.
Man. I mean, legit, because if you have good chemistry, there's no, I'm pretty sure, and no matter how much I hate them, the Patriots, I'm pretty sure, have good chemistry with each other, which made them, how many Super Bowls did they win? 4?
Yeah, they've won a lot. I mean, talking about the Patriots, they did not look like themselves against the Jets, did they? In New York, I mean, look, against the Jets, it's always a tough game. It's a rivalry game, and they're always close. Brady never looks like himself, but he really looked off. Overthrowing receivers, missing wide open receivers, and he just didn't look comfortable in the pocket. He looked like he was scared to just stand in the pocket, and he looked like a deer in headlights. But they managed to pull out the game. That's what great players do. Even in a C-plus game, Tom Brady managed to win the game. And that's what you're supposed to do as a quarterback, and they did.
Yeah.
That defense is vulnerable, but they are third in points against. So, hey, you can give up all the yards we want, but if they only get field goals, you're doing your job as a defense. We will be right back after this break on the dugout and Inside the Nest.
Stay tuned in because you're listening to Inside the Nest.
Hey, welcome back to the dugout with a special guest today with Darian Fuller.
Yep.
Hey, so we were talking about the Patriots, and we were saying their defense is good. Tom Brady didn't look alright.
He didn't look too good on his last game against the Jets.
I mean, he has a bad knee. They have so many injuries right now. There's beginning to look like the Packers secondary. Goodness. So many injuries. Gronkowski's out. Martellus Bennett might be out. They had to play with Martellus Bennett on a really bad ankle, which you don't want them to do. But talking about quarterback play, poor quarterback play for that matter, what do you think about Brock Osweiler? I think
He could have done better.
oh yeah, he definitely could have done
Like, that's just
much better. I mean, oh man, his quarterback rating was 54.7. He now has more interceptions than touchdowns in the season, and he was supposed to be the answer for all the Texans' problems. He was the X factor. If the Texans had this quarterback, if the Texans got Brock Osweiler, then all their problems would be solved, and they would go on a deep playoff run, and maybe they can win the Super Bowl because they have a number one defense, and their running game's good, their offensive line's fine, they have DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. Man, they're going to do so good.
In the
but
words
no.
of Donald Trump, wrong.
Yeah, but no, he is not the answer to all the Texans' problems. I feel sorry. They need to get that $72 million back. He doesn't look like a good quarterback. He's not playing good.
Yeah, he's not.
He's terrible. He's
Wow.
missing open guys. He's afraid to. He seems like he's making bad decisions, and it seems like he doesn't read the field well.
I feel that's probably what it is. Because
Look,
I don't know. Because because there's, I guess him being, I don't know. Maybe he's just afraid. I guess.
Right.
He
Sorry.
just plays really timid. Like, he's really cautious.
Thank you. He does play cautious. And maybe it's because he's in Bill O'Brien's crazy playbook offense, where his playbook is probably about 1,000 pages long, and for every formation, there's probably about 200,000 plays. I mean, I understand, but you're a starting quarterback. You're expected to play with when you get paid $72 million, you're supposed to play like an elite quarterback, or at least a good quarterback. If he is just a good quarterback, like an Alex Smith, then this team can maybe make a playoff run. But if he doesn't get past to this playing level,
Gets his life together.
he needs to get his life together. Houston's a good team. They just need a better quarterback. And that seems like a problem for a lot of teams. But talking about Alex Smith, man, that overtime game against the Broncos, that is an instant classic. Wow. What do you think about that 62-yard field goal attempt call by Gary Kubiak in the overtime to win it?
Yo, I when they called it, I was like, they're not making that.
Yeah, and they didn't make it. And, well, the Chiefs took over on the Broncos on their own 48-yard line, and the rest is history. Talking about near misses, though, man, that last Carlos Santos, when that kick went off the goalpost, I was like, there's no way this is going to go to, this is going to be a tie or something like that. But, no, it barely went in. I mean, if the field goal post was here, it literally went a centimeter inside the field goal post and boom, clanked it off.
I know that had to be the most disappointing thing. Yo, I'm telling you. if you kick, you see like it's going, and then
It has to be disappointing.
Yo.
But he made it, so who cares? You know what I mean? They won the game. What do you think about Alex Smith? You think that the Chiefs can make a deep playoff run with Alex Smith, or do they need a better quarterback? Because right now he's just throwing the checkdowns. He's not willing to. He's being Alex Smith. He's not willing to throw the intermediate routes. He's not willing to throw into the close windows. I mean, what do you think he's gonna do?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, like, if this is how comfortable he is, that's probably how he's gonna play. But I mean, I still say he really needs to, get out there a little bit. Stop playing by the book.
Right.
Because playing by the book does not get you to the Super Bowl.
Right. Unless you have a defense like the Broncos, but that Chiefs defense, man, they are good. Emmanuel Sanders burnt them for 160 yards and a touchdown, but man, that Chiefs defense is really, really good. Justin Houston sacked Trevor Siemian, who, by the way, played the greatest game of his career yet. He threw for over 350 yards or something like that with 3 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns. I think Trevor Siemian, that wasn't his problem. I mean, that wasn't the Broncos' problem. The Broncos' problem was going for that 62-yard field goal, and they kind of had bad luck, and they didn't execute as well as the Chiefs did.
Yeah, the Chiefs, they came to play.
Yeah, they really came to play in Denver. Well, that's all we have for this segment of the Dugout and Inside the Nest, and we will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, and signing off, William Kim.
Peace.
You're listening to Inside the Nest right here on Bright Radio. Stay tuned. Hello, guys. This is Liliana and
Michelle Alice.
right here on Inside the Nest with Bible Babble. So today's topic will be about purpose. What does purpose mean? According to Pablo Picasso, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. I believe that each individual person, God has a purpose for everyone. You always hear that. Like, oh, God has a purpose for you or whatever. You just have to find what that purpose is.
I think he gives us that purpose through our spiritual gifts.
Yes.
And that's our topic. So, what is a spiritual gift? According to focusonthefamily.com, it says the spiritual gift is the ability to allow you to perform specific tasks beyond the realm of human skill. Do you want to take it from there?
All right. So here at Spencerville, the junior class, we took a spiritual gift test. This was given to us by our Bible teacher, Mr. Urig. Okay, so he gave us this quiz, and he's like, look, just take this. It won't take that long. There's like, is it 80 questions?
It did take pretty long.
It was really long. And he was like, this will define what your spiritual gifts are or whatever. And he's
not define, but at least give you like,
and
why do I keep doing that? Okay, there we go. Fixed it.
Okay, so he not define it, you're right, but basically just help you guide yourself in the right direction. Like, oh, you're really good at giving, or you're a caring person, or something like that. Mm-hmm. So then you're like, oh, maybe I should do something with hospitality or something like that.
Yeah,
that
and really it just really shows you like what God has given you in order to help others.
Yeah.
So basically, what we learned is you're not born with a spiritual gift, but you do have to ask for in order to receive it.
Yeah. And you can only receive it and ask for it when you have a close relationship with God. So you can't just be some person on the street like, so I got a spiritual gift. Like, yeah, no. So praying and like reading the Bible and trusting and having faith in God, all that.
Yeah, and I guess mostly for teens during this age that, I had never even thought or considered about my spiritual gift. So what I learned was that you pray in order for God to show you what a spiritual gift is. You don't like, you can be like, what's up, God? What am I good at?
Yeah.
It's more like, show me what I'm better at or what I'm lacking in,
Yeah. I just thought of like an analogy of it. Like, those little scratch cards they give you or whatever, and you like use the penny or whatever to scratch it. It's kind of like that, where like each individual person has their own scratch card, and God's like, here you go. But we don't know how to scratch it, so we have to ask God to help us figure out how to scratch it to reveal our spiritual gifts. Yeah. I just thought of that. That's really cool. Anyways, all right, so back to the quiz. So we have to do all these questions in class or whatever, and at the end, it would kind of reveal or have us like wonder and consider these spiritual gifts.
Yeah.
And it didn't cover all of them, but it covered a lot of variety. Yeah.
I didn't cover like the gift of music or preaching, I think.
No, I had preaching.
Did it?
Because Cameron got that.
No, it had pastor.
Is that the same thing?
No.
Okay, well then never mind.
Right? It's not the same. I don't think it's the same thing.
I hope not.
Because preaching is like going up there and like, speaking about God, but a pastor does a lot more.
You can preach but not be a pastor.
Yeah.
But pastors, yeah, okay.
Okay. Got that settled.
Yeah. So instead of like those types of things, it had more of like mercy, leadership.
Yeah, based on your characteristics, I think.
Yeah.
I guess I was surprised with the outcome that I got. Like, I realized I had these qualities,
What
but
did
I
you
didn't.
get?
Dang it, I forgot some of them.
Mercy.
Yeah,
Wisdom.
Whoa,
I know you more than I know myself.
Yes, there was mercy, there was wisdom, and I forgot the last one. But yeah, I don't know. I think I was a bit flattered with the wisdom one. I was like, ooh, go me,
I just remember from mine, I got leadership, administration, and yeah, that last one I don't remember.
Yeah, it's always the third one.
Yeah.
It's good for us to know
Yeah.
our spiritual gifts, because then we can be like, oh, I see that in you.
And then if you have affirmation from your friends and stuff, then you're like, maybe I should think about that or whatever.
Yeah, and that only helps you in in your spiritual life, but it helps you in school and work and what
even
you might
careers. Yeah. So if you guys are interested in figuring out your spiritual gifts, you can take the spiritual gift test. They have a bunch of them online and whatever. But honestly, I'd just say pray about it and read the Bible, and sometime the Holy Spirit will impress upon you different stuff. But I think we have some Bible verses we want to share with you that kind of correlate with this. So Michelle's gonna pull those up.
Oh, one second, I don't have them with me.
But anyways, so I'll just talk at this part. So God really does have a purpose for everyone, and like we said before, you have to talk to God about it. You can't just be like, oh, or even okay. Sometimes you're not personally. Sometimes I feel like I talk to God, but I don't really hear a response.
Oh, I feel like I do that.
Yeah. So
I feel like, I don't know, lately I've been struggling a lot with talking to God and getting a response, but then I'm feeling like the response is too obvious. And then I'm just like, whoa, is that God?
Yeah, I think it's because when we ask him for something or anything to those terms, we expect him to answer us in the way we expect him, like a yes or no. Mm-hmm. And we expect it to come from him, not from our parents telling us, no, don't go to that party, or no, don't do that. Or, I think you'd be better if you were a nurse. And we're expecting it to be from God. And we're like, dude, why are my parents telling me this? Can you tell me, God? And it's hello, he just told you, just through somebody else. So I think, honestly, listening to your parents, your friends, like we said before, I'm not saying all of them are literally telling you what God's saying, but just keep an eye out for everything, not just hearing God's voice, because honestly, as time goes by, God doesn't talk to us the way he used to talk to the people before.
He talks to us in different ways, and I think he can talk to us through our gifts. Romans 12:6-8 says we have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. If your gift is prophesying, then prophecy is in accordance with your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is giving, then give generously. If it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. I like that. Okay, I think there's another one. 1 second. Oh, no, there isn't. Okay. Well, basically, it's telling us, or God is specifically telling us, don't waste your gift.
Okay, so I just pulled up this one thing. It's from the website Focus on the Family. So it says, listen to your dissatisfaction. So this goes back to the point where it was listen to others, and how I said God can reveal his answers through different people and stuff like that. So this other part says, listen to your dissatisfaction. We've been taught to believe that We've been taught to believe that dissatisfaction is a bad thing, and that we should do everything possible to avoid it. Shove it down, ignore it. Act like it doesn't bother us. Take a pill, plaster on a smile, buy something new, or decide that misery is part of bearing our cross. But above all, don't consider that God might be using it to make us uncomfortable, so we'll want to swim in another ocean where our gifts can shine. So yeah, you might think, there's so many people who change their career in their lives, and they're like, dude, I don't know why this happened, or stuff like that. And in reality, I mean, yeah, it can be a pain because you're in school for the rest of your life pretty much. But maybe that experience you had doing something you thought you were good at, or I mean, not saying you're not good at it, but like thought you liked or had a passion for, and then switched and went to something else, that kind of could have helped you build that new gift that God actually had in store for you. So I would say, don't take anything that happens bad in your life, don't take it like, oh no, God's trying to curse me or stuff like that. Like, literally, no, just don't.
All right. And I think we should look at like what different types of gifts there are.
Oh yeah.
1 Corinthians 12. Yes, 12 starting from verse 7 says, "Now to each one of the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good. To one there is given through the Spirit a message of wisdom, to another a message of knowledge, by means of the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing by one Spirit, to another miraculous powers, to another prophecy, to another distinguishing between spirits, to another speaking in different kinds of tongues, and to another the interpretation of tongues. All of these work of one and the same Spirit, and he distributes them to each one just as he determines." I think it's cool. Like, we each have our own special gift.
Yeah. Even though two people might have leadership, they can
use it in different ways. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at more quotes about this whole purpose stuff. And this one, I can't read. I think it's unknown, but I can't read who it is. So I'm just going to read it. But anyways, it says, "Everyone has their own path. Walk yours with integrity and wish all others peace on their journey. When your paths merge, rejoice for their presence in your life. When the paths are separate, return to the wholeness of yourself. Give thanks for the footprints left on your soul and embrace the time to journey on your own." That kind of like, as I'm reading it, I was thinking of, you know, our time here on earth is like really short, like in God's eyes. So really we have to kind of take that into account and realize, you know, yeah, we make all these things happen and everything's important here on earth, like getting a college degree, graduating high school, getting a high GPA and all that stuff. Yeah, it's important here to succeed in the earthly ways, but in reality, there's dropouts who can still succeed and find their spiritual gifts through God and still be successful. I'm not saying like drop out of school. I think
the importance of that is just to know like how special you are, in the way that like it's saying that you determine what you are, and with God, you know, but like you determine where you're going and stuff. And 1 Corinthians 12:27 it says, "Now you are the body of Christ, and each one of you is a part of it." And I really like that because it tells us like we have to come together. It's not just about one person leading the church. It's not just the pastor leading the church. It's each member of the church taking a part of it, and like not just in a church, but it's also in a school, you know. And everywhere we go, we have to make sure we represent not only ourselves, but like our families, but mostly God.
Yeah, that was a good point. And I think now people think, you know, the only, like sometimes I feel like I don't want to say godly, but like I'm not with God unless I'm in church or unless like I'm doing something in the church.
Who you are, and remembering I am a child of God, therefore I can do anything.
That was great. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment of Bible Babble right here on Inside the Nest.
This was Michelle Alice
and Liliana Wright. Hope to see you next time. Hello, this is Liliana, and you're listening to Inside the Nest right here on Bright Radio.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tech Time with your hosts,
Christian
and me, Darian Fuller. All right, let's get straight into this. Okay, so today our topic is drones. Yeah, drones. Drones. They have come a long way. Most of the most commonly known drone, I'm pretty sure, is the one they use in the military.
Everyone uses that, and they use drones a lot. They use it for movies, army, basically, and almost everything. But now it's starting to become like for mail, and like just imagine a drone passing around your own notes to everyone, to the one you're trying to get it to. So if your own friend lives far away, you can use a drone, and they can fly all the way over there and drop it into their own house. And
drones become more like recreational activities. Like there's this thing that I was watching YouTube the other day, and a Mountain Dew commercial came on, and it said drone hunting is now a thing. I'm just like, is now a thing. I'm like, okay, all right, drones have really upped it up. DroneNews.com and have a story.
Oh, I put up the wrong link. Why?
Okay, and then there's a story on here that was posted today called it's titled "High-Tech Drones Help Count Old Koalas." This is a really chill story actually. It says right here, and it's by Bailey Scott, and it was posted today, and it says drones equipped with artificial intelligence are being deployed to help manage Southeast Queensland's dwindling koala population. Now this is cool because it will definitely help the animals, because to keep the population up. Like, we don't want another extinct species because we are killing the animals off fast.
It's sad, really.
Yeah, I mean,
What's the
killing
point?
I'm not criticizing those who go hunting or anything.
I mean,
I'm just saying, for me, my personal
we
standpoint
don't
is,
mean any offense.
Yeah, because it's not just hunting them from a sport. That's not even really the thing, because deer in Maryland are abundant, and there's no natural predators besides us. So, but I mean, the pollution, cutting down the forest and stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of bad. But enough about being green and being environmentalist. Let's get back to the technology. All right, so drones. They've become really popular. They're used for a lot of things now, science and recreation and stuff like that. It's definitely, drones are coming, and they're coming in fast.
They are already technically on the rise.
Yeah.
They've been in movies, but now they're going to be used for basically everything.
Yeah,
but
most likely.
Wait, have we got to the downside yet of drones?
Well, there's another story. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
I was watching the news a while back when drones first had their start, and a story on the news came on, talking about there's this guy in, I can't remember which state he lived in, but he had a drone and he liked flying it. He flew it for recreation. Took videos of the sights, and he was in the park or something, and a woman saw it, and she was not happy. She was not happy because we're being recorded and whatnot by a drone. Probably thought he was like a perv or something, but
that's the main thing. That's probably the first thing she could even come up with, to be honest,
because you don't like being videotaped without permission. So anyway, to continue story,
especially in the shower.
It's
a nice soap you have there, little boy.
That is really weird and pedophile-ish.
Exactly.
So what she did is, she calls the cops. Cops, they make their way down. They make their way down there, and they talk to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, only thing I'm doing is, just taking pictures, taking video of the sites. I'm not even trying to, mess with anybody." And so, they didn't, he didn't go to jail, which is good, because, he wasn't really doing anything.
And there was no proof to even back her up anyway, but yeah.
I mean,
continue.
They just told him, just don't fly the drone in residential areas, because, people like this woman, they like their privacy. You really, if you're not in the mood to be recorded that day, you don't want to. I mean, it's just free right, I guess, American right, American way. Okay, well, now, this is a good one right here. I got another story to tell you guys. I mean, it's not really a story, but I'm on Amazon's website. Now, I'm pretty sure many of you guys know that Amazon wants to start using drones to deliver packages and stuff.
It's a good idea. I mean,
it's a really good idea, because instead of waiting like 2 or 3 days, you get whatever it is
30 minutes.
In 30 minutes. Here's a video clip on this website that about this drone here.
We will provide a link in the description and at the end of this video as well, in case you want to actually see the full video yourself.
For a pair of them delivered in 30 minutes or less. And in a location not too far away, a miracle of modern technology is dispatched. It's an Amazon drone, and after rising vertically like a helicopter to nearly 400 feet, this amazing hybrid design assumes a horizontal orientation and becomes a streamlined and fast airplane. In time, there'll be a whole family of Amazon drones, different designs for different environments. This one can fly for 15 miles. and it knows what's happening around it. It uses sense and avoid technology to, well, sense and then avoid obstacles on the ground and in the air.
Okay, all right. Well, that was a small clip right there. Yeah, it was. I mean, as you heard, this guy say, you know, it's really high tech, and it knows where it's going, and it could see, like, sees everything, in a sense, which is good. Was is good for its purpose. And then, you know, they're gonna have. Amazon is going to be coming out with a fleet of these things for, you know, different environments and different locations. In this case, it's good. You know, that would be really great. You know, you really need a package delivered like that day, and, you know, you like just got it last minute. That would be beautiful. The only, you know, setback would be maintenance and cost of these things. I'm pretty sure it cost Amazon a pretty penny to make this one drone that they did make. True. So, I mean, it's all that technology. It doesn't come cheap.
Yeah, exactly, because you have to program this and that. And the guys had to program it, this and that, put the parts together, make sure it actually functions properly. But then you go back to the guy who's controlling the entire thing. It's like it's one of those, you know, those remote controlled helicopters we have all the time.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of the same concept, but just imagine being able to record everything as you're flying. It's the best idea I could ever think of. Flying through the house, recording yourself, like, just flying around outside in the park, anywhere, and well, again, until you're swept away by the wind. But in conclusion, it's a great idea.
In theory, yeah, it's a really, really, really good idea. Like, I mean, drones have become a thing. Like, playing a video game the other day, you know, if I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, teens or whatever, car dudes play Forza Horizon 3.
That's a really good game. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to get that bad boy. But, it, like, even in the game, they have a drone feature in the video game. Like, you know, you're in your car, you can, if you want to take pictures, that has the drone that flies around. Like, it's crazy. It's like they're applying even in video games, drones are becoming a thing. Watch Dogs 2, you got drones. Like,
lots of them.
Yeah, lots of drones. Like, it's crazy.
Dang it, Michael.
Like, seriously. And
wait, that's his name, right? Michael? Was it like? I think I got it wrong.
I think it is Michael. But
yeah, it's Michael. Oh yeah. Anyway.
I mean, but anyway, it's just like, it's crazy. Like, drones are on the rise. Like, seriously. Like, even every time I watch TV, there's always there's at least 2 or 3 commercials about drones, like, you know, for kids, the remote control drones that can do tricks and all that other stuff, stunt drones and whatnot.
There's even one for, like, even from movies. I mean, if you've seen, I'm pretty sure all of you have at least known or even heard of that Secret Life of Pets movie. They used it as well when they're trying to. If you see their GoPro ad, they put the GoPro onto the drone while Mel was trying to do bungee jumping off of basically the top of the apartment. So it's everywhere now. Drones are all over the place.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you think about it, because pretty much drone is just drones are now, like, you know, video drones are like the flying GoPro. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the next company that's going to make a specialized drone.
That's
like,
mainly a concept they're building too.
Yeah, like, so. I legitimately believe that they're going to be the next people to come out with a drone video camera. Like, you know, because, you know, I mean, GoPro's awesome, so I mean, why wouldn't they?
Good point.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you're gonna keep up with the trend, so I mean, that's great business sense. But well, oh wow, look at the time. All right, well, thank you guys for listening. We have to wrap this up, and please stay tuned, and we'll see you next time with our next segment. Peace.
Tune in to Inside the Nest, Spencerville's new show, right here on Bright Radio.